It's 1997, and I have a project at hand which I need some help with. And I make a couple of phone calls, one call to another, and finally I'm led to a name, Andrew Fasidemi. So I haven't met Andrew, I don't know Andrew, but someone tells me this guy can help you on this particular project. So I make a phone call. On the other side of the line, deep voice comes in. Hi, this is Andrew Fasidemi. And I think, oh, he's British. So no wonder I don't know the guy. So we chat and then we decide to meet. As we meet, and I think, oh, this is this is the British guy that I'm meeting called Andrew Fasidemi. And then we hit it off and we become friends. And we have become friends since 1997. And forever we shall be friends. Because we are not deceived by appearances, we are not deceived by the body, because we are all souls and spirit. So, this particular spirit, I have a relationship with Andrew, and our relationship grows, and it starts involving our wives. Now, my wife, Shade, Andrew's wife, start visiting each other, etc. And then it also extends to include our children, to an extent that Dintle, our daughter, Andrew is the godfather to Dintle. So that's how much our relationship grew and became embedded into a partnership, a brotherhood. Something I cherish, which was a gift that Andrew left me with, a gift of friendship, a gift of caring. And during our friendship, we get involved together as a family. Recreationally, we do things together. He loved music, loved football, loved food. We do all of that together. And he was a master at understanding new gadgets that came into the fore. I mean, Andrew, every month he'd be coming up with a new gadget, showing me that there's an iPad or there's an iPod, etc. And he was very good with that sort of thing, and very excellent communicator too. But most important, Andrew was a very loyal person. I mean, Andrew's loyalty to his family, to his friends, to me, was unquestionable. However, the most loyal friend he had was Arsenal Football Club. Andrew loved Arsenal. I mean, I remember once we were watching Arsenal playing against Man U. Those were the favorite games. And we would pack at home and then would go and visit Andrew. We'd hang out there as a family watching with Andrew and his kids, watching games. And this one specific time, we went to visit Bright at Bonadian. And as we were watching, Man U was clobbering Arsenal. I mean, I think the score was like 4-5-1. And Bright and Andrew decided to switch off the TV because they were busy preparing for the family and the visitors, and they felt that the TV was causing too much commotion, and they switched it off. And all in jest, of course. And and that's how close Andrew was to Arsenal. In fact, Arsenal, I challenge you, you need to win a trophy for Andrew, because that man, he was behind you through thick and thin. Another of the games, of course, that he enjoyed was Chelsea versus Arsenal, because Chelsea made a habit of clobbering Arsenal. And Tsiamo, my son, whom we used to go together to watch, is a Chelsea fan. And Andrew didn't quite like Tsiamo's smile every time the guys were playing, because Tsiamo couldn't quite compete and argue with Andrew. But he was always wearing a smile that says, yeah, we beaten you guys. So those were two main games that Andrew enjoyed, but a love-hate relationship between Chelsea and us now. And so, a beautiful human being, Andrew. Music, once more, was something that he cherished. I mean, and as I said, he always mixed music with gadgets. So I remember one time I visit Andrew, and I see he's got this little black thing on his lap, and he's just looking at it, and the music is playing continuously, and he's not changing a CD or anything of the sort. And I said to him, "But what is playing behind the scenes there that you don't even have to change?" He says, "Oh, no, I've got this thing here called a hard drive." And I said, "Oh, what is a hard drive?" He says, "Oh, I'll tell you a secret. I've got 30,000 songs in here." He said, 30,000? He starts showing me the playlists. He had playlists from Nigeria, playlists from South Africa, playlists from Kenya, playlists from Europe, playlists from Brazil. And Andrew, in fact, quite interesting enough, at the beginning, as I mentioned, that you couldn't quite figure out, you couldn't box him, precisely because Andrew was South African, Nigerian, British, was an internationalist. And that's the kind of man Andrew was everything to everybody. And he had time for all sorts of people. So music was also a special gift that he had, and we would sit listening to music throughout nights and days, and just enjoying different genres of music. Food, of course, was his first and last love. In fact, his family and my family were exchanging recipes, exchanging food items all the time. In fact, as late as 2 weeks ago, Sade and Neo, my wife, are having a conversation about what Andrew likes to eat and so on. And then Sade mentions to Neo that Andrew loves blueberries. So Neo organizes the blueberries, makes sure that they're delivered to Andrew, and unbeknown to us, that was his Last Supper. And speaking of Last Supper, it's actually very apt as a goodbye to our friend, Mr. Freshidemi, the Fresh. Very apt because Andrew is a devoted man of God. And I use is, not was, because Andrew, like all of us, are souls. But Andrew is a special soul. Special soul that, in fact, helped me in my own spiritual journey. In fact, he departed too early because I'm still at kindergarten and I was enjoying his guidance, despite the fact that in the last 5 years he had been battling with his body, and he was really struggling to obviously do the regular things that every one of us could do. However, Andrew was there every time I needed guidance and so on. He'd point to me. He'd point me in the right direction, rather. So Andrew is departed early, as I said. However, I think I want to say to the family, condolences, but I can also say, be consoled, because whilst we've lost Andrew as a gentle soul here on earth, I promise you that heaven is rejoicing for receiving one of their own. He's one of the best soldiers that God had put on earth, and he needs him back. So he's got him back. Fare you well, my brother. God bless.